Social commenters are all over the place with Jada Pinkett's most recent public statements during her nationally televised interview with TV host Hoda Kotb. She sat down for an interview on the Today Show with Hoda, which aired on October 13, as she promotes her new book, Worthy. I have to say, she's definitely given us a lot of content. This woman sat down with her narcissistic self and told the world that she and Will Smith, her husband of 20-something years, were separated since 2016. Wait, what? This comes as a shocker for a lot of people, and the news media went wild with the story. Even TV host Sherry Shepherd and other talk show hosts admit this news is quite shocking. Hang tight, I've got a lot of splaining to do. You're watching True Lies Scandals. I'm happy you came back for more. If you're new, welcome. All are welcome to subscribe for free to this channel. Thank you in advance. Guys, before you start believing a word that comes out of Miss Pinkett's mouth, there's something I don't want you guys to miss, just in case Jada's slick form of narcissistic manipulation had you duped for a moment. This entire stunt by Jada Pinkett as she attempts to promote her book Worthy is nothing more than a wild attempt to do damage control. This is a selfish and unempathetic move by Jada, who is trying to clean up her image after the affair with August Alsina, while at the same time she continues to embarrass, humiliate, and emasculate her husband, Will Smith. Now, I know you guys are smarter than that, but when it comes to narcissistic manipulation, it can be subtle and difficult to spot, even for people quite familiar with narcissistic and sociopathic manipulative tactics. Y'all see where I'm going with this? The subject matter of this video is Jada Pinkett, Will Smith's self-proclaimed estranged wife, gaslighting us to take the heat off her ass after her affair with her son's friend, then 22-year-old August Alsina. We'll take a look back at Jada revealing her affair, which she called an entanglement, and how she's now skillfully trying to clean it up by simply saying her and Will were separated since 2016.
That has been kept secret until now. Is this true?
Right.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives?
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Can't call her a worthy woman, can you? Okay, I digressed. Speaking with Hoda, she made some revelations that have a lot of people backpedaling. This is how Vulture puts it, which is to me very likely, and I'm quoting. How is this for a slap in the face? Jada Pinkett-Smith and her husband Will Smith have been secretly separated since 2016. The news of their now 7-year-long separation comes as a shock to the public, which has witnessed the pair boot up and on red carpets, oversharing intimate details about their relationship and standing up for each other when a petty comedian made a stupid joke and got slapped for it. There were a few signs to marital discord that the power couple couldn't hide, though in 2020, Jada Pinkett-Smith brought herself to the red table and revealed that she had a relationship with R&B singer August Alsina while temporarily separated from her husband. Okay, look, Jada has people feeling sorry for her for all the backlash she received after revealing to her husband, Will Smith, at her Red Table Talk show that she slept with August Alsina. Well, she didn't say she slept with him. She said she had an entanglement, and then Will probed a little further to get clarification from Jada as to whether she had a relationship with August Alsina, and then she admitted that it was a relationship, okay? And this happened during their marriage. They're still married. I have no sympathy for Jada because as much as she's painting herself to be a victim, she is not a victim. This is all a narcissistic, manipulative move, playing the victim to garner sympathy, when in truth and in fact, narcissists do not take accountability for their fuck-ups. To play the victim in this instance, she chose to gaslight us into believing she did nothing wrong, right? If you're separated, and your husband and you have an agreement and you cheat in between that, that's not an affair. Okay? That's what she wants us to believe. Again, like all destructive narcissists, she refused to take accountability for cheating. It don't matter if they were in fact and in truth separated. For some people, it don't matter. It's still cheating. It's still adultery. Because you're still married to Will Smith. Jada, don't get me started. We have to address the fact that she tried to gaslight us. And we ain't having it. We're not having it. What's gaslighting anyway? You may have heard the term gaslighting by now, since it has been a trending term ever since everybody and their mother started paying attention to narcissism. Gaslighting in everyday language is when someone tries to make you out to be a fool by insulting your intelligence. It is a way for narcissists and sociopaths to try and manipulate your thoughts, reasoning, and perception of reality. It is pretty much lying or deceiving someone using subtleties. Anyway, in more sophisticated language, the term gaslighting is described by psychologists as a manipulation strategy that, quote unquote, causes someone to question their own sanity, memories, or perception of reality. I am not the first person who suspects Jada is your quintessential narcissist who lives in an alternate reality and thinks that we're so gullible that she can feed us. She can feed us bullshit and we will eat it. Just a few days ago, psychologist David Colarasi confirmed that based on Jada's behavior over the years and her latest manipulative interview statements with Hoda, Jada fits the criteria for narcissism or someone who has narcissistic personality disorder.
You see that she has a delusional sense of how important she is. She is exceptionally selfish. She is without question very insecure and covers that insecurity by comparing herself to other people and elevating herself. Throughout her life, there's examples of her diminishing other people, being critical of other people in an effort to make herself feel better. All of these characteristics fit the diagnosis of narcissism. They just do. I'm not saying, I can't diagnose her.
Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental illness that has to be clinically diagnosed by a psychologist, okay? So this is what Jada is trying to do to us, in my opinion. Gaslight us. Not only that, gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse. It causes mental confusion, makes you doubt yourself, and causes anxiety in some people. Using gaslighting as a manipulation tactic, Jada essentially tries to confuse us as to what had actually happened in her marriage and the terms of the affair with August Alsina. That's in addition to the fact that she gave the impression that Will Smith gave her permission to cheat. Here's the Red Table Talk clip.
A different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. The only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
So, what does Jada and gaslighting us has to do with August Alsina? We're going to look at the timeline of the affair, which is not a rumor or an allegation, guys. Pinkett herself confirmed the affair publicly to her husband, Will Smith, at her Red Table Talk in July of 2020. Rewind a year prior, in June 2020. That's not a year, that's a month before. Rumors started flying that Jada and the singer August Alsina had an affair. After the singer revealed the affair, Jada confirmed it was true, using the word entanglement, of course, that it was true that there was a relationship, okay? However, we aren't quite sure of the timeline of the relationship, like when it started and when it ended. We can, however, use bits and pieces of information that's out there in the public to sort of piece together a puzzle, if you will. According to published reports, Jada and Alsina met in 2015, although through their son Jaden. In July of 2017, Jada attended the BET Awards with Alsina, hugging her very tightly at the waist. July 2028, August Alsina appeared on the Red Table Talk with Jada. And in April of 2019, August Alsina hints at Jada's relationship in his music video. Now we're going backwards, right? In June of 2020, August Alsina claims he had a relationship with Jada in July of 2020. Jada and Will Smith came to the Red Table and talked about that entanglement that she had with Alsina, okay? So the timeline of knowing Alsina, based on reports that are out there, was from 2015. That's when she met him. So here's what that means. We don't have any clue when the Alsina entanglement occurred or when it started. Remember, they met in 2015. We also don't know the affair. The affair was actually, we don't know whether the affair was the thing that broke the camel's back. Was it the affair that caused their separation, her and Will? Was it the affair that caused Jada Pinkett and Will Smith to separate in 2016? Just something to think about. And now in 2023, Jada attempts to manipulate us into believing that the whole saga and public uproar against her was all for nothing. Why? Because she and Will were not together? They were not together. They were married but separated, not together. WTF? Like, what does that have to do with anything if you're still legally married? Jada contradicted herself in an interview with Andy Cohen in 2017, where she talked about her and Will being together for 23 years. No word about separation. We're in 2017 here, okay? At that time, she'd already known Alsina. Just crickets. No word about separation. The only thing Jada is good at is keeping up appearances. She pretended all this time her marriage was solid, well, up until she admitted to the Alsina affair. Even then, her and Will sat at the Red Table and gave us the impression that they had overcome the infidelity as they continue to build their relationship, their life partnership, or they overcame the entanglement, because the two of them are not accepting that this was infidelity. It was not an affair if he gave her permission, and according to her, she was the one who had to get the final permission. Here's my $1 million question. Why didn't these two codependent adults say they were separated and save people from saying Jada cheated on Will for the last 3 years? Why allow her to face the public wrath? I'm trying to make sense of this. Jada and Will seem to be codependent. I believe they enable each other's toxic behaviors. Cheating and open relationships and entanglements are accepted, yet they won't get divorced. I know it's their life, but they put their lives out there for scrutiny. I know opinions will differ on this based on individual moral standards and opinions on what's okay and what's not okay when people are married but separated. Let's call a black sheep black. Jada Pinkett cheated and she doesn't have the balls to take accountability for it. Instead, she's dancing around the issue, trying to shove responsibility, all while making her husband look bad, whom she refuses to divorce. By the way, for only God knows what reason. This is why she says they are not divorced, and I'm quoting here. I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever, and I just haven't been able to break that promise. I call that BS. These two either have deep, dark secrets for each other, or somebody is using the marriage as security for not blackmailing the other. I am going out on a limb here, just saying either that or Jada, being the narcissistic person she has shown herself to be, isn't leaving until she's completely damaged Will with her smear campaigns, as she's doing now, and until she has exploited the marriage for all it's worth. Come on now, somebody. Help me make sense of all of this. Do I have it wrong? Please shoot me a comment in the comment section below. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Share the video, hit the thumbs up button, and feel free to subscribe. That's all for now. Be kind to yourself, be safe, and I hope to meet up with you again right here next time for another episode of True Lies Scandals.